The best camera drones are far more than the simple toys they used to be. They're now used widely by both amateur and professional photographers because they can reach areas and shoot from angles that regular cameras can't. They allow aerial photography and videography of landscapes, buildings and events that previously required the use of a helicopter, a small plane or a crane. Hello guys. Welcome to my video. Today I am gonna show you a comparison between the DJI FPV drone and the DJI Mavic Air 2. Please don't forget to click the like and subscribe button. And press the bell icon for more updates. Design and build quality. The Mavic Air 2 looks like a smaller Mavic 2 Pro and a bigger Mavic Mini. It's also slightly bigger than the first Mavic Air, but it remains portable and easy to store in your backpack or a camera bag. I prefer the look of the first Air. It was a bit smaller, had a shorter wingspan, and came in 3 colors. It was simply a more fun design overall. The gray housing on the Mavic line is boring, but it fits better within DJI's current lineup. DJI FPV drone made of mostly plastic, including the arms, landing legs, and just about everything else, which really surprised me since the entire FPV community uses carbon fiber frames. From what I could tell, the only metal parts are one spot under the canopy and some of the electronics. It feels solid in hand, but that is mainly because the battery adds weight and support to the rest of the frame. Speaking of weight, the FPV tips the scales at 795 grams, which is on the heavy side compared to most FPV drones of this size. The battery weighs 250 grams by itself. Camera. The thing most people will care about is that the Mavic Air now has a bigger half-inch sensor capable of shooting 4K 60 FPS video and 12 and 48 megapixel images. In terms of video, the Mavic Air 2 comes with significant upgrades over its predecessor. It can film 4K 60 FPS with a 120 megabits per second bitrate, which even beats the flagship Mavic 2 Pro. It can record slow-mo footage up to 240 FPS at 1080p resolution, and you can film in 3 color modes: standard, sheen-like, and HDR. I'm usually not the biggest fan of HDR, it used to be this oversaturated mess. But fortunately DJI got it right this time. It adds more saturation overall, but it doesn't push it to the point where it looks unrealistic. The FPV shares the same 0.3-inch sensor as the $450 Mini 2, which is mostly a good thing. It won't match the capabilities of DJI's more advanced photo and video focus drones, however. The FPV's camera performs well in daylight but starts showing its downsides in darker environments by muddying details with lots of noise. The FPV can film 4K at 60 FPS instead of the 24 FPS on the Mini 2, perfect for slowing down footage for those thrilling close calls. And if you want it even slower, you can also shoot up to 120 FPS at 1080p. Controller. The Mavic Air 2 almost twice the size of any other DJI controller, excluding the optional $749 Smart Controller. It doesn't have a screen, and there are no visible antennas sticking out. The phone holder is moved to the top and is spring-loaded. I think the whole design makes a lot more sense. It's much more comfortable to hold, too. If I were to nitpick, my only wish is for the custom function buttons to be at the bottom of the controller instead of on the side. DJI's FPV new controller is about half the size of other standard FPV controllers. DJI has also developed an optional $199 motion controller. I am more comfortable with a standard controller at this point, but the motion controller could be a great option for beginners. There is one very annoying thing about both controllers, and it's that neither charge with USB-C to USB-C cables, just USB-A to USB-C. It's infuriating. Flight time and battery. In Mavic Air 2, I didn't get the full 34 minutes of flight time on a battery charge. The longest flight I had was 28 minutes in typically windy San Francisco conditions. The rest of my flights would average around 25 minutes, which is still better than the 20 minutes I average in the Mavic 2 Pro. As good as the battery life is, having to wait almost 2 hours for it to charge before I can fly it again isn't ideal. You'll definitely want to invest in a few backup batteries if you plan on using the Air 2 for more than just a few minutes at a time. The DJI FPV drone is slightly heavier than most FPV drones due to its hefty battery. That battery is also a big selling point for DJI as it enables 20-minute flight times. If you're used to Mavics, Phantoms, or Parrots, this would be considered short. But compared to FPV drones, this is a significant upgrade from typical flight time, which varies from 3 minutes for miniature drones to around 10 minutes for larger FPVs. It's also DJI's intelligent battery, meaning it discharges after a few days when not in use to maximize its lifespan and avoid swelling. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you like the video, you must press the like and subscribe button. And let us know your valuable feedback by commenting below the video.